From millions earned through content creation to a collection of luxury watches and supercars, this is Jake Paul's insane lifestyle and net worth revealed. With his origins dating back to the video sharing app Vine, Jake Paul has carved out a crucial role in pop culture. Through creative marketing endeavors, he weaseled his way to an outrageous net worth. Let's take a look at how he got his start in entertainment. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, he and his brother Logan began filming videos at the age of 10. It's no surprise why he's so comfortable in front of the camera. At the young age of 16, he built a cult following of subscribers and quickly became one of the most popular content creators on Vine. By the time Vine was discontinued, Paul had accumulated a staggering 3 billion views. Jake Paul truly shined in the spotlight, earning a role on the Disney Channel show Bizaardvark. He played the character Dirk Mann for just over 2 seasons before being axed from the show in 2017. He remained a full-time content creator and successfully transitioned his fans to YouTube, managing to stay more than relevant for over a decade. Over the years, the internet sensation garnered millions of subscribers and amassed billions of views on YouTube. But there was something strange about Paul's fame. People seemed to watch his videos because of how cringeworthy they were. It felt like no one truly liked Jake Paul, with viewers tuning in to make fun of the unlikable YouTube star. Fans were laughing at him, not with him. After a number of scandals and ill-advised comments, Paul practically embraced the role as the problem child. His decision to do so led to a serious payout. Thanks to some hefty earnings from YouTube advertisements, Paul's net worth has risen to more than $40 million. Forbes reported that Paul earned $21.5 million in 2018 alone, making him the second highest earning YouTube star at the time. Moving on, let's take a look at Jake Paul's lucrative brand partnerships. Jake is arguably the greatest marketing genius social media has ever seen. As Paul continued to release daily content, the brand partnerships began to stack up. The problem child recently partnered with clothing brand Boohoo Men. While the figure Paul brought in hasn't been reported, you'd expect it to be a multi-million-dollar deal. In February of 2023, Paul stirred up some drama when Celsius energy drink signed him to an endorsement deal. Why is this so controversial? Well, Jake's brother Logan created a wildly successful energy drink called Prime, which is a direct competitor of Celsius. Despite having family ties to Celsius's competitor, they didn't hesitate to partner with the controversial content creator. Celsius signed him to a deal which will see Paul endorse the drink at all of his future fights. Paul is no stranger to a large endorsement deal, earning partnerships with R&BO Clothing and DraftKings Online Sportsbook. The problem child was even paid $250,000 to get a tattoo of AU Vodka. The vodka company knew that Paul's fight with Tommy Fury would attract serious attention, so they decided to pony up the dough and market themselves directly on Paul's body. The strange marketing decision may not have paid off, but the long list of Paul's partnerships continues to grow. Next up, let's dive into how Paul spends all of that cheddar. The content creator turned boxing star has grown accustomed to spending big. Jake spent a large chunk of his fortune acquiring 3 luxurious homes in the United States. His first outrageous piece of real estate is his 14,000 square foot villa in sunny Los Angeles. He originally dropped over $3 million in cash to acquire the property, but today, that same villa has a price tag of $11 million. Talk about a return on investment. Paul also purchased a $7 million mansion in Miami and added a $4 million flat in New York to his portfolio of expensive cribs. The internet's favorite D-bag can be spotted eating lavishly in Manhattan, kicking back in Los Angeles, and partying it up in Miami. Speaking of parties, Jake Paul has become notorious for hosting some outrageous events. Along with fellow content creators, Paul has thrown some truly ostentatious parties. Look no further than his alleged billion-dollar yacht party. On a podcast in 2022, Jake discussed a New Year's party which hosted a number of Hollywood elites, like the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Mike Tyson, and even Drake showed up at the yacht party in St. Bart's. Yacht parties seem to be a regular staple of Paul's weekly agenda. The YouTube sensation has dropped thousands of dollars keeping up appearances and partying hard. Later that year, Jake was spotted with his brother Logan partying on a $400 million luxury yacht. The content creator brothers rented out the expensive yacht, dropping a reported $85,000 on the one-day rental. The yacht party sported a number of gorgeous women, bottles of expensive champagne, and a rather unique celebrity cameo. The problem child was spotted sharing drinks with a Jeff Jeff Bezos lookalike. Seems like a truly insane lifestyle if you ask me. With over 17 million followers on TikTok, Paul has amassed a substantial fortune through brand partnerships, YouTube advertising revenue, and a sudden career in boxing. Thanks to the millions who subscribe to his YouTube channel, the social media personality has earned upwards of $100 million through the platform. With loads of attention on Paul, he decided to capitalize on his millions of subscribers. Despite little experience as a boxer, Jake started an organization called Boxing Bullies. Following his announcement, he decided to host a streamer versus streamer boxing match. He and his brother Logan squared off against fellow YouTube legends KSI and his brother Deji. Shortly after the fight, Paul transitioned from an internet star to a boxing icon. He scheduled a fight against former NBA star Nate Robinson, where he took home just north of $1.2 million. After defeating Robinson, he lined up fights against MMA fighter Tyron Woodley and former UFC champion Anderson Silva. Paul reportedly earned over $3.5 million for participating in the two bouts. Let's not forget that Paul knocked out Woodley. He followed up his victory, defeating Anderson Silva and commanding respect from fighters around the world. Following his bouts with Silva and Woodley, Paul challenged boxing star Tommy Fury to a fight. While Fury won the fight via split decision, he sold over 800,000 pay-per-views. Thanks to a 65% share of the pay-per-view profits, Paul earned a total of $8.6 million for the fight. While the world mocked the YouTuber for his strange new endeavor, Jake Paul rapidly bolstered his net worth. Moving on from his venture into professional boxing, it's time to check out Jake Paul's ridiculous collections. Paul has an affinity for two things in particular: six-figure watches and multi-million-dollar cars. Paul is a huge car collector, flexing a garage full of supercars. Each year, Paul spends millions acquiring new additions to his collection. His most expensive pickup? The $7 million Bugatti Divo back in 2018. The problem child added yet another unbelievably expensive whip to his ever-growing collection. He splashed just over $750,000 on a Lamborghini Huracan, a car with a top speed of 212 miles per hour. A few years later, he added the $700,000 Ferrari Roma to his collection. Jake decided to purchase a more practical car, a car that he could take to the grocery store. You know, draw less attention from those awful paparazzo. So, Paul splurged on a Rolls-Royce Ghost. This time, he dished out a meager $950,000 for the Royce, adding it to a garage full of Ferraris and rare BMWs. His car collection is up to a total of 12 flashy whips, totaling upwards of $15 million. His insane lifestyle doesn't stop there, as Paul has a huge luxury watch collection. Jake owns two Patek Philippe watches, each coming in at a whopping $200,000. The popular content creator is also owner of a $150,000 Richard Mille and a $190,000 FP Journe. It's estimated that Paul's watch collection totals over $3 million. With millions of bucks flooding in from YouTube, boxing matches, and lucrative endorsement deals, look for Jake Paul to add to his outrageous collection. So, from a collection of luxury watches and supercars to the millions earned through content creation, that was Jake Paul's insane lifestyle and net worth revealed.